Remember Dr. Dolittle? That movie that was funny, filled with charm, and the animals could talk, but it was adorable? Perfect example of a good movie with talking animals. But what happened if you took half the comedy, half the charm, half the adorableness of the animals talking, and you get Dr. Dolittle 2? It's not as good as the first movie, but it wasn't terrible. It was mostly a bore. Now, what do you get when you take all the comedy away, all the charm away, with no animals talking, putting nothing adorable in this movie, and not only making it more boring, but more annoying, more pointless, and is a perfect example of a movie that is horribly written and horribly done? You get Furry Vengeance! You can already tell that this movie is going to be horror just by the title. It sounds like the movie should be about a bunch of people dressing up like animals getting back at people who closed down the furry convention. Well, it would be better than watching this movie. Brendan Fraser plays a guy who moves his family to a place surrounded by forest. He tries to build houses, endangering animals that live in the forest. His son, here's the shock, hates where he's living and wants to go back to his old life. Yeah, haven't seen that before.
Can't believe you made me move here!
So the animals, led by a raccoon, get back at Fraser, who wants to build the houses for his boss, which is Chang from Community. The animals, incredibly fake animals, destroy Fraser's home just like The Mummy 3 destroyed his career. From skunks spraying in his car, to forced scenarios, and I mean forced. One scene involves him taking a shower in tomato juice after a skunk sprays him. An animal gives him something to dry himself off, but he can't see anything. And after a disruption, he gets up from the tub. The thing he's drying with is actually a bra. He accidentally puts it on. And people outside who see this laugh at him. Not funny! There is pratfall after pratfall after pratfall! None of them funny! Nothing is funny here! His family thinks he's insane because animals are attacking him. And no one believes him. Like I think anyone who thought of this movie should be locked up in a mental institution! For life! He and his son find out there were other people who tried to tear down the forest but couldn't. Coincidentally, all of them are a caveman, a hippie, all played by Brendan Fraser. Okay, two things. One, are you telling me that no one could tear down this one forest? That seems stupid. Two, past characters are played by Brendan Fraser, which means they're part of his ancestry. Are you telling me that no one in Brendan Fraser's ancestry could tear down this fucking forest? This guy's family tree is full of idiots, aren't they? After endless pratfalls that aren't funny, and animals who set up the most improbable traps made by animals, he finally traps all the animals and putting them in cages, which pisses off his son, who doesn't want to endanger the animals. And yet he wants to move back to the city. Yes, he doesn't want the animals harmed. He wants to move back to a huge city that has bad smells, littering, and restaurants that use animals for food. Somebody should question that. Turns out Fraser's boss wants the animals removed, but he actually wants them killed. Fraser has a change of heart when he sees the trapped animals. What he sees to complete this change of heart is that he sees the raccoon's family. Oh my god. So if the raccoon was protecting the forest from the dangers of man, why couldn't it show Fraser the family for an understanding? The movie would be over in half an hour! It had to go into extreme lengths to get what it wants? All these horrible pratfalls taken from a rejected Home Alone movie, just to get to that?! Let's just go with it. So Fraser stops his boss from tearing down the forest, and in that progress, the animals end up attacking people. So nature is getting back at people who try to destroy it. Okay, I swear to God, it's like those movies got mixed up. The Happening was unintentionally funny, and this movie is not funny at all. So the animals in Fraser's family live in harmony, with a poster that shows Fraser with the forest, and wants to protect it now. Heinous. This movie was fucking terrible! There's no question, this movie's awful! The acting is overdone, the characters are idiots! The plot is not only ripped off, but is done to death! The comedy is non-existent, the racist stereotypes, and it makes me want to burn down the whole fucking forest! This movie can kiss my furry white ass.